yesterday's first one. Yeah, it's going to have one GHB left.
I guess
60.
another 80.
Another 80, yeah.
I know, there's so much HP. You have to do 83 times knockout for the ground. Also, it's the hard charge one. One huge card is going to be a factor. Past the turn, Ross was brought in, uses completed. If you can get back-to-back rules, it is a knockout with all of these additional rules. He doesn't even find a new fighting energy next turn. But what if Ross finds his Pokemon center lane? That will hit for 100 damage per year. Thanks to that fighting there's 180 damage. Now it's down to 60. Yeah.
But yeah, Pokemon center lane is a huge card for Ross and Joe here. I really think this game is revolved around this private crowd. If it survives, I think that's a good game for Ross. If Simon can take it down, I don't think Ross will have time to power up.
And your
more energy.
Well, he has one switch. Yeah, it's only two faster.
Just slow power.
Just like over heat turn. Heat turn over. Charizard over heat turn.
Well, center lady or Simon that misses his fight.
This team very slow.
And you use life force heat turn.
Salamence is going to be very
So, I mean, this is the point of the game where both players are running low on resources. A lot of energy cards have been used. Simon forced out of Donphan. Ross does find an energy card to put out of the primal crowd.
It's a start.
Yeah, you definitely use Salamence.
He does have that mega turbo and some money used to get some energy acceleration.
Yeah, that's at least one more essentially energy because you can bring it back to the discard pile.
It's has
I think Ross is realizing he maybe has enough energy to get 4 on his power round. One question could be though, does he deck out by that point? Is that a possibility?
I think that's what he's trying to figure out how much time I might have left in this game.
a lot of stuff.
And
look at the discard.
do you see there was like Pokemon Center Lady in there also Ross's bubble feeds in the discard pile. So he might have to take cards back out. He has to actually play Karina. That is not the supporter he wanted to use here.
People have been like taking away slack and
Maybe
shit ability.
you can do a switching card. I don't think that's what you want at this point. You have to grab the prizes, but you're at the mercy of Simon's fighting energy. Then he finds it. Haldouchen is taking this giant red grab down.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a switching card and just go into Robo Substitute as well. Try to buy yourself a turn to get that Pokemon Center Lady and help that Primal Groudon survive. It can't be lightsaber out, so you can be patient. Just throw up a Robo Substitute. Decides to grab Versus Seeker. And there we go. There's the Gaia Volcano, and Haldouchen goes down. Will Simon find the fighting energy this turn?
Yeah, he needs it now.
I mean, he has gone through a decent amount of them. He's gone through a couple strong energy, a couple fighting energy, but he should have enough left. I mean, he just needs one. He should have a few left.
Well, we'll see. What did he get off that end? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's a good deal. Now, we are going to get a sort of a weird exchange after this. I was thinking about it. After Simon takes this surprise mount, Ross will throw the Robosop. Well, he'll probably throw the free retreating route on it. Retreat to Robosop. Does Simon have a way to knock out Robosop in the meantime? He doesn't have the Donphan hidden switch, and Haldouchen can't touch it.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. You might have to attack with Phanpy.
Maybe that's why he threw the double colorless down on it. I was thinking about that. It's a possibility.
Here we see another end, so that's going to shuffle Ross's Versus Seeker back into his deck. Might slow him down just enough for Simon to capitalize on this momentary advantage.
It does at least give Simon some time. You can find another energy now on his second illusion. That one takes 2 attacks to knock out. Ross is just really struggling with some core attrition. He's halfway there. That second X is going to be so much harder once this Primal Groudon EX goes.
Yeah, but it's not going to be easy for Simon either. I mean, like you said, there's no way for him to knock out Robo Substitute currently. I mean, if he has to throw up a Phanpy to knock out Robo Substitute, it's kind of an ugly spot. If Ross can find the energy to power up his second Primal Groudon, I don't know how Simon deals with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Ross actually concedes the game. Wow. Simon's going to take game number 1.
That was pretty crazy. Like, I guess Ross realized in the long game, maybe I don't have enough turns to draw. Maybe he didn't even have enough energy. We don't know what his last 3 prize cards are.
Yeah, that's something I was going back to earlier. I mean, he committed 3 energy cards to that Landers EX, and he only runs 11 energy in the deck. I mean, it takes 4 to fire up the Primal Groudon. Maybe he had like late in the game because he actually just couldn't deal damage anymore.
Yeah, I guess in a perfect world in this matchup, Ross runs 11 energy, and you can do like
can only
4
choose
energy
4
twice on 2 different E-actions, maybe an additional 3 on Landers, or 3 in a Mega Turbo on the 3rd Primal Groudon. But that's just so much to commit for only taking 1 prize card at a time. I would say like the greatest Primal Groudon deck is that it destroys E-actions for easy 2 prizes.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely moments where Ross could have taken advantage in that game, definitely taken the lead. If he had found Pokemon Center Lady, he would have survived Flying Press. If he could have used like Pokemon Center Lady in consecutive turns, I think he would have been in a pretty strong position. But in this kind of a matchup where it's just such a long, drawn-out game, the player who can conserve resources the best will usually end up coming out on top. And in this game, Ross just ran out of stuff. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, this is a very, very tough matchup. Maybe one of the hardest for Groudon. And that was even Simon sort of not on his best game. He had to get rid of 2 Donphan early in. Ideally, he'll probably see 3, maybe even the 4th. And that's extremely hard. And that also knocks out Kobo substitutes.
Yeah. Now, something we have seen as kind of a common theme this weekend is players are running very, very low counts of energy cards in their deck. Usually, I mean, that just kind of happens when you get to this level of play. You run kind of the bare minimum so you can fit in other powerful cards. We've seen it time and time again, kind of like players, they just run out of energy, they just energy drops. So I'll be interested to see as we move forward how much energy cards are pretty simple to handle in this game.
Yeah, and that first game took up a huge chunk of time. If Ross does want to sum up all this game out, he's going to have to take 6 prize cards, fighting for 1 prize at a time, and Robo-Subs. It's looking very good for Simon right now.
But anything can happen, as we saw yesterday. Turn 2 knockout can happen at any
Game over, and we can see some kind of like Groudon, 2 energy, Rip Claw Greens.
We have a Landers EX.
Oh, yeah.
Some damage pretty early on. There aren't any real targets for Simon to connect up. Maybe Bumblebee.
Yeah. You know, maybe, yeah, I guess there's the Bumblebee he started with. I've seen crazier things, so.
There is Bumblebee.
I know.
This might be the opportunity Ross needed. Yeah, if Simon can't find another Pokemon, we could easily just see a Groudon EX Rip Claw or a Landers EX Hammerhead. First, Ross is going first, so he cannot attack going first. But yeah, if Simon doesn't find another basic, that would be bad.
Looks like
Oh man, that would be just crushing. I don't know what's in his hand. All he needs is a single supporter. But I've seen, yesterday, the Juniper for 7, there's no additional basic. Like this can happen. It's a Pokemon trading card game. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we see Ross starting off with a arena grabbing Professor's Letter and a search for a fighting Pokemon. It looks like Groudon EX is his choice. I'm sure we're going to see Ross pick up the pace in this game. He knows time is not on his side. We're only 15 minutes remaining.
So he's got 2 energy. He can attach 1, and it at least puts him in that early win condition. Although I do see Simon's hand. He has plenty of ways to get new Pokemon. Arena. Was that a repeat ball with that? Yeah, Arena, repeat ball, turn it into 2 families. Like that alone, I feel like almost gives Simon a win. But for a moment, I saw Bumblebee and I saw a couple of the Dream World.
Yeah. So it looks like Ross will attach a fighting energy to his Groudon and pass the turn. The bad thing about this Primal Groudon deck is that it's so slow. So, if you end up losing a really long first game, what do you do in a second game? You're not going to take quick prize cards. You're not a Night March deck. You're not a super aggressive deck. You're just kind of a slower control deck. So it's going to take you a long time to take all your prizes and win. And if you don't take all your prize cards, then the game doesn't count. And Simon with the 0.
Yeah, it's not the best 2 out of 3 game deck, although it does pride itself on winning that one long game, and then it stalls out a game or 2. Unfortunately, sort of getting this weird taste of his own medicine where he can't play through the game 2 now.
Yeah, there are kind of 2 different styles of decks you can run in this kind of a tournament environment. You can either run one that is super fast, super aggressive, that can play 3 full games in a 15-minute time limit, or you play a deck that tries to play just one long game, win that one, and then game 2 just won't have enough time. But yeah, the downside of playing that super slow deck is when you lose the first game, there's really no way of coming back.
So already we see Simon searching off this arena. He's guaranteed himself a fan page. He has at least the repeat ball that I saw gives him another thing. I almost feel like Simon is just playing to time out Ross. Like that's the smartest strategy.
Playing to not win in this situation, or not lose, sorry.
Playing to not win, but might not be quite as good. But yeah, here we go. Here's repeat ball. Interesting card that lets you only search for a Pokemon you already have on the field. All the fan bases there.
Yep. So go ahead and use that. Repeat Ball is a great card in decks that want to get a lot of evolution cards out. You see it a lot with those Crobat kind of decks where you get extra Zubat or Crobat or Crobat. When you're running lots of copies of things, being able to search for another thing you need is really powerful.
Each additional basic Pokemon that Simon
I just see nothing as sacrifice, so that'd be cool.
If he fills up the full bench, then Ross needs to get the full 6. And I just don't see him doing that with the timer already about a dozen minutes or so.
Yeah, and Robo Substitute, you gotta fight through those two. Those are maybe 4 additional fight through. It's gonna be an uphill battle for us. I'm sure he'll look for any way to do it, but Simon seems to have the clear advantage at this point.
What's like Ross's only way was retreat off and just start attacking right now? The non-primal Groudon? How else are you going to take prize cards in this matchup anyway?
Got Ray
Yeah, I
Claws on
think
YouTube.
you either have to do that, or you have to just attach
+4
Primal Groudon and then try to get a turn
Try to
3
get a
attack
second.
off with a Mega Turbo.
Took it down to like
Those are your 2 options here for having a chance to take enough prize cards.
Yeah, that's just a chance. It's even if he does have all of that, Simon, at least with his current hand, has plenty of ammunition for more Pokemon.
Right now, for Simon's deck, I actually looked and I don't see any like switching cards. He has no switch, no stuff, no easy or anything like that. So that turn cost bubble, he's actually going to get unfortunately for him, he's not in any hurry to retreat and start attacking. He just sit there and do nothing. But
This battle's going on
in a different situation, starting your Bumblebee might actually be
Against a turbo deck, you're sort of stuck. And Bumblebee is looking
Landers.
But you want to kill Bishop.
probably his fastest option. I don't know why. I always forget that there's the one Landers copying these primal decks.
I've
That
lost
gives him a
track of
knockout
who's
and
faster
some
than
pressure on the bench. It's still going to be quite
this side's got the trick.
a lot of stuff, but here's a start.
Yeah, so he will take that knockout on the fighting week. Pretty damage on the family. I was interested to see if he would knock out the Robo Substitute. Just kind of get that out of the way, but no, he's got to ready up the base.
Well, then why would
I
you
guess he knows like Simon has to apply some kind of pressure to go otherwise he's not going to throw slash any time or apply more bench to his
Well, it's best to
And we're going to have to knock out the Don Van. So